DeShawn Fontleroy here, Proforce Athletics. Here at Proforce Athletics, we train to enhance speed-specific strength, explosive power in the form of upper body and lower body plyometrics and linear sprint mechanics. Our program is also compounded and melded with sports psychology and sociology of sport. I get asked the question all the time, why do athletes need to get stronger in order to get faster? So it just brings me back to the speed barrier. Neurologically, you can only move your arms and legs so fast. So at a certain point, the only way that you can get faster is to produce more force. And to produce more force, you have to get stronger. You need 2 days where you have a heavy day where that bar is moving with slow velocity, and you need another day where that weight is lighter and you're moving it faster. So some of the things that we do over here, we do heavy box squats, we do heavy deadlifts, and then we'll combine that 72 hours later with lighter box squats at 50% of the max, anywhere from 30 to 50%, and then we might include 20 to 30 pounds of band tension, moving the bar fast through that range of motion. Some of the other things that we do are belt squats. We also include ankle weights with our belt squats. And from there, we'll progress to belt squats with a kettlebell in our hand. And then after that, we might put on a 50 to 70 pound weighted vest. So some days we'll only add one external implement with the belt squats. On certain days, we'll use all three. I see it all the time. You look at kids between 7th grade and their sophomore year, especially playing youth league football. You'll have these great kids with pretty good speed at 7th and 8th grade year, and you catch them when they're sophomores. They're pretty much the same size and they're running the same speed, or they've gotten slower relatively, because now you might have kids that once they hit high school, they're taking strength training seriously. So now those kids are putting more force now those kids are getting stronger and they're putting more force into the turf or the grass. So now they're running faster with little to no sprint training. The only difference is that they've gotten stronger. Is at some point you have to stop running and do other activities, like doing the back squat, doing the front squat, doing the overhead squat, doing the traditional deadlift, doing sumo deadlifts, doing heavy weight that's relative to your strength levels, your fitness levels, or your experience with doing resistance training. And then combine that 72 hours later, moving the barbell faster with lighter weight, with bands or chains. You take a guy like Julius Schellmeyer, we've got his 30-meter block start time down to a 3.68. And when you look at the USATF protocol, now we're in the 10.5 range. So in 5 weeks, we've increased his time, his efficiency on the track, just by doing some efficient strength training and just bringing his strength levels up, because now he's putting more force and it's evident. So there's a correlation. Once your strength goes up, I see the vertical go up. Once I see the vertical go up, that 10-meter block start's going to go down, and that 30-meter block start's going to go down. And then from there, we just keep pushing the envelope. The difference between what we do here and at other gyms or other coaches or at other facilities is I'm a strength coach first and a sprints coach second. So I'm not a speed coach. I'm not a spark trainer. Everything that we do here is geared around developing strength and developing mental toughness. So the second part, of increasing, like your speed, you have to have some serious training partners. You have to have people that are committed. So one thing we do, we'll have 2 to 3 training partners, and we'll work together. So those guys and females too are committed, and they're coming to whoop on and beat each other, which creates basically a competitive drive. So when we have that intensity, strength levels are going to go up when we're in here, because we're competing, and it's a friendly competition, but it's intense at the same time. And when we're out on the track, we're trying to beat each other. And everything that we do on the track, as well as in here, we time electronically. When we're testing the vertical in here, it's with the Just Jump app. When we're out on the track, it's with the Freelap timing gate system. So we don't use hand clocks. Everything we do is accurate. Everything that we use is being used by, high-end sprint training camps or at the Olympic training center in that division. You look at the work that we did with Brian Kelly. He trained with us for close to 3 years, and for about 80% of those years of training, we just trained in here at the facility. And as you look around, this isn't a huge facility where we did a lot of strength training in here. We did a lot of jump training in here, and there's enough space in here where you can do some traditional sprint drills. But going in to his senior year, we were adamant about getting him strong in the squat, deadlift, overhead press. His clean and jerk came up. His snatch came up. Those were some of the elementary things that we were doing in here. And we never got on the track or the field and ran a whole bunch of 40-yard, 60-yard, 100-yard sprints. But when the season came, because of his glute strength, his low back strength, and his hamstring strength, and his quad strength, from the activities that we were doing in here, he was breaking off 65-yard, 67-yard touchdowns, 70-yard touchdowns, and 80-yard touchdowns, where he was doing a lot of work with a minimal amount of carries. And a large part of that goes back to his strength and conditioning that was developed in here over that 3-year time span.